Hello, boys and girls. Today, you're going to learn about the process that scientists go through when they plan and conduct an investigation. Yes, there are certain steps they have to follow. Let's look at our learning target together. I can identify the steps of the scientific method, so I can learn how to plan and conduct an experiment. I will know I have it when I can follow the steps of the scientific method during an experiment. Our focus today. Why do scientists use the scientific method? Well, you want your results to be valid, and as you go along and you're testing something, you want to know that the data that you get will be actual data representing what's happening. How did you learn to ride a bike? You couldn't just hop on and start pedaling. There were steps you had to do. And that's with anything. If you're playing basketball and you want to be better at shooting a foul shot or a 3-point shot, you practice. There are steps that help you get better. And that's what scientists look at. What steps do they need to follow so that they know the data that they're getting represents what's actually going on in the investigation? Let's look at some vocabulary. The scientific method, that's the steps scientists follow during an experiment. An experiment is a test done to learn something or discover if something works. A plan is to develop a way of conducting an experiment. Conduct, going through the experiment, actually carrying out those steps and collecting that data. Scientist, someone who systematically gathers and uses research and evidence to make hypotheses and test them, to gain and share understanding and knowledge. What are we learning? The scientific method is the set of steps scientists follow when they plan and conduct an experiment to test their ideas or questions that they want to answer. Scientists follow these steps every time to ensure their results are valid and reliable. Now that we know what it is and why it's important to scientists, here are the steps of the scientific method. First, as a scientist, what do you see, hear, feel, smell, and notice? Notice, scientists use their 5 senses to make observations. Based on your observations, ask a question you want answered. Scientists may research the topic to learn more about it, how it works, what it is, what happens. Form a hypothesis. That's just, what do you think the answer to your question will be? Or what do you think the results of your experiment will be? Actually conduct the experiment, and that's to test your hypothesis. Analyze results. Does your data from the experiment match your hypothesis? And then there's always the conclusion, and that's the last step. And then you decide if your hypothesis was correct. I want you to watch this Brain Pop Jr. video, and I want you to watch it closely as Annie and Moby plan and conduct an experiment using the scientific method. Pay close attention to the steps they follow. And I've also included a sing-along to the scientific method rap, and it's just a catchy tune. We will watch science experiments during class, and we may have enough supplies for everyone to experience hands-on investigations. The scientific method will always be our guide to use during any experiments. Your independent practice today. You will read the statement and match the statement with the step of the scientific method. Enjoy learning about the steps scientists always follow when planning and conducting an investigation.